ভাৰতৰ প্ৰথমটো ব্যক্তিগত খণ্ডৰ ৰকেট vikram-1 উৎক্ষেপনৰ বাবে ইতিমধ্যে শ্ৰীহৰিকোটা সাজু হৈছে। আমি আপোনালোকক পোনপটীয়াকৈ সেই কাৰ্যসূচী দেখুৱাব বিচাৰিছোঁ। শ্ৰীহৰিকোটাত ভাৰতীয় মহাকাশ বিজ্ঞানৰ ইতিহাসৰ এক নতুন অধ্যায় লিখাৰ মুহূৰ্তৰ দৃশ্য আমি আপোনালোকক দেখুৱাইছোঁ।
Their names are dedicated to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, our very own missile man, and all our cryogenic engines. We have dedicated the names to Dr. Satish Dhawan, which we are like the center we have also, Satish Dhawan Space Center, dedicated to him. And then we have our hypergolic engines, Raman. And then we have dedicated that name to Nobel laureate Dr. C.V. Raman, and our mission computer after the renowned mathematician Srinivas Ramanujam.
So yeah, I think we're gonna keep up this idea of naming our hardwares after scientists
Until we run out of scientists.
Yeah, so I think
Not the hardware.
we need the young budding viewers who've joined us in the launch gallery to become scientists themselves and famed scientists who take India to great heights, so that we may have names.
Yes, right now maybe. Coming to one more interesting fact, I think a lot of people, they don't know this. Like, if you look at a launch vehicle, it seems pretty rigid at first. But the interesting fact is when the entire rocket, when in flight, it experiences combined effect of aerodynamic loads, engine thrust, wind gust, and due to different steering maneuvers, the teams or the designers deliberately give some flexure, or like they make rockets slightly less rigid so that it can actually bend along its length throughout the flight. This is intentional, that designing an absolutely rigid rocket would make it significantly heavier and less efficient. And it also creates a complex engineering challenge. As the structure bends, the onboard sensors can detect these motions, so the guidance and control system must distinguish the rocket's actual altitude and structural flexing to avoid unnecessary control corrections. And engineers carefully predict these bending modes and their natural frequencies through the structural dynamics and aeroelastic analysis, ensuring the vehicle remains stable even as it flexes its way through one of the most demanding phase. And this flexure could go up close to 10 centimeters, I think. Yeah, close to 10 centimeters. That's pretty huge.
That's right, Akhil. Something for the kids who might be, looking at this live stream. So rockets don't just fly, they keep falling around Earth. It might be difficult to imagine this, but people often imagine astronauts escaping Earth's gravity. The truth is, gravity never lets go. Even the International Space Station is constantly falling towards the Earth, but it's moving sideways at so high speed that it keeps missing the ground. And that's what we call as orbit.
Yeah, that's wonderfully put.
Orbit is a state of perpetual free fall.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's right. And you spoke about how astronauts on the International Space Stations are also constantly falling towards Earth. And with us today in the Mission Control Center is our very own astronaut, Shubhanshu Shukla. And he's been following Skyroot's journey from a very close distance. He's part of our family as well. And he's here to cheer us on. So we thank him for his presence.
One more interesting fact for our viewers, that rockets get lighter every second. Unlike an airplane, a rocket becomes lighter every second because it continuously burns and throws away propellant. Because in aircrafts, we have air-breathing engines. So the oxidizer itself is the air that the turbofan sucks in. But when you have a rocket, you cannot have... Yeah. So when we are dealing with rockets, there is no air, outside air can enter and can be utilized for propulsion. So we have to carry our own bottles of oxidizers and fuel. And once the rocket is ignited and it's on its way through the entire flight, the propellant is expelled. And when the stage gets burned out, it's also thrown away or jettisoned. So that is why rocket keeps accelerating, because there is less and less mass to push.
That's right, Akhil. A rocket may weigh hundreds of tons on the launch pad. Consider our Vikram 1, it weighs around 45,000 kgs on the launch pad, but nearly 90% of that weight is just propellant.
That's really amazing. That structural mass is so less. I mean,
The views on your screen are from the launch gallery at Sriharikota, and we have thousands of students who've joined us from all over the nation, and they're eagerly waiting the launch of India's first privately built orbital launch vehicle, Vikram 1. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, it's a test flight, and we'll be doing a few of these before we move into routine commercial operations.